Welcome back to Celebrity Sunday,
Father's Day edition.
I'm your celebrity host,
You are no celebrity, bro.
Drayson. And today, we're going to take a look at the home of John Legend and Chrissy Teigen, particularly because it's Father's Day. So we're going to focus today on a family, that has a family house, but is yet very extravagant. We're going to see how these two have turned a extremely incredible modern home into a home for a family. So we're gonna check it out. Essentially the house, to be honest with you, it looked like a bachelor pad. You guys see this. This is pretty much like, this is built beautifully, especially for a bachelor, a younger couple, some people who are like settling down or having like a petit-air or, something like that. I wouldn't necessarily strike this from the exterior as a home that has intention for a family. But given that I haven't really taken a look inside of the property or, especially since they've purchased it, it will be interesting to see exactly what they've done with it. Now, for some reason you don't know who John Legend and Chrissy Teigen are, well, they're just ordinary people that don't know which way to go.
We're just ordinary people. We don't know which way to go.
He's a Grammy Award-winning artist. She is a model. They're not ordinary people. But if you didn't catch that, I guess initially when I said it, hopefully it makes sense now. But yes, these two, they're a couple, they're married, they're beautiful. Let's look at their home.
Hello, AD.
Hello, AD.
I'm John Legend.
I'm Chrissy Teigen.
Welcome to our home.
Welcome.
I would have never guessed that it was them, because they're just ordinary people. Okay, I'm done with that joke. Wow. This feels really warm. They've done an amazing job
Our
making
designer's
it
name
warm.
is Jake Arnold.
We love him.
Sometimes people who are really creative.
Okay, I this feels like a family home. Obviously I love the indoor tree. Is this a stripper pole? Oh, no, it's not a stripper pole. This is to the lamp. I don't know why I thought stripper pole, because this is a family house, okay? Family friendly. So, my bad. I don't know why my brain went there. But they got this like, even the slide outside. This looks so like modern and like like an architectural playhouse slide right into the pool. So, yeah, I could already tell you this is, they've done an amazing job, okay? We're going to look at what the house looked like, before they put their touches on it. But this house feels really, really warm.
Creative and good at the creative stuff aren't good at the business side of things, but I feel like Jake is the... Hi, Pearl.
Hi, Pearl. Hi, my love. This
sit.
is my baby Pearl.
She likes to cuddle with Mama on the couch.
Insane, but she loves to cuddle.
Very
this is my
warm
Instagram
tones.
story room. Everyone's always like, you never leave this
very
couch.
warm.
We
tones.
live here. This is the living room. And some people, their living room is more like a showpiece, and they spend all the time in the den or the family room. But we're actually in the living room quite a lot. We sit here and watch reality TV. We cook right there in the
Bentley
kitchen.
outside.
And since the kitchen and the living room are so close, I think that's why we spend so much time here,
Wow.
because we're always cooking. She likes to be in the same space as our guests, same space as the family.
Which is
Cook.
why we have 3 or 4 different versions of these cushions.
They
Because,
really...
basically my butt leaves a mark for long enough.
Really
And the
using
dogs
this-
don't
like, this is a
help,
family
and
house.
the baby spit up,
Yes.
and the kids jumping back and forth. I will say, this is a very kid-proof house. People are always scared to bring their kids over. They're like, no, they're gonna jump on everything. I'm like, look at this, it's chaos. Hey!
Our living room is very lived in.
And we actually
It
use
is.
some outdoor fabrics for
Yes.
our indoor couches.
Some of our fabrics are outdoor because they are tougher and they can take more crap that our kids put on it.
And piss, dog piss.
Yes. That too.
That is
dog
disgusting.
piss here.
I would have preferred to not known
So
that.
our TV cabinet is pretty cool. It stays open most of the time because we're usually watching
Yeah,
TV
it's never closed.
in this room. But the TV comes out. Watch this.
Look
And
at
then
that.
you can swivel it to face the living room more or face the kitchen more. So if Chrissy wants to watch Real Housewives and make dinner, then
She
we can turn
can.
it toward the kitchen.
You mean watch the New York Times?
Watch. You mean watch Reader's Digest?
I love it. Typically, I
We're in the
wouldn't do
kitchen.
the
We are in
TV
the
cabinet,
heartbeat
but that
of
was
our
interesting.
home. Obviously, we spend so much time in
I
here.
feel like we were
can
just
watch
there 'cause the
TV
living room's
from
so
here.
close.
The fully functional working kitchen.
Yes.
I think like when we go to other people's homes,
And there's
we're like,
a
oh my God, you
a
can
prep
tell
kitchen.
when they don't use it. Or you stay at an Airbnb or something, you're like, oh, these people don't use their kitchen.
Yeah.
There's a prep
We
kitchen
really
here.
use the shit out of this kitchen. Honestly, we have
Whoa.
all 4 ovens going quite often.
My
Yeah,
the best thing in the world, cappuccino maker. Cappuccino maker. Anyone who knows me knows that this is like my favorite appliance that I do not have installed in my house. Now I do have a cappuccino maker, but it's a standalone. You know, it's not as fancy, and it's certainly not Miele. But yeah, I love this house.
So we actually have 2 down here, 2 over there, and then we have a microwave over
He
there.
get me at
and
the cappuccino
an espresso
maker.
machine. We are literally using all these things all the time. We're doing big meals, having friends over.
Yeah.
We have Thanksgiving here, Christmas here. We do everything. We always wanted to have a home where it would be like an open door for our friends and family.
What we love about it too is it's not really precious. This can take such a beating. I mean, we normally have a cutting board on here that everyone
That
sees
is
my
marble.
kids on top of. All these burners going. I will say it is a very
And-
sensitive fire alarm.
Oh yeah, our smoke
Oh
alarm.
yeah.
It's sensitive.
For anything.
So we had to make
Keeps
sure
us
this
safe,
hood
though.
it was good because
Yes.
it's trying to keep us safe. I understand.
But yeah, that
I wish it
marble.
would-
I'm
It's going
surprised.
too
Like
hard. It's going too
they
hard.
do a
Try
really
a
good
little
job
less.
of cleaning.
Have
Our-
some faith in us that we would wake up.
the person who cleans their stuff does a good job because
So
marble
we're in the
stains.
piano bar. This is the room where sometimes I'll write music. Sometimes Luna will take piano lessons. The chandelier was designed by Allison Berger. It has my lyrics from my first couple albums etched in those wine glasses up there. And then we have a record player that's in this beautiful gold cabinet. There's also actually a TV in there, a LG like roll-up TV.
We're a TV household. We have a TV in every
We
room.
have TVs everywhere. And then, of course, we have
I
some
like
of our
it.
awards up here. Chrissy's Glamour Woman of the Year, my Grammy, Emmy, Oscar, Tony things, Chrissy's Mac and Cheese Award.
This is, to me, this is the...
That was what we did during our first holiday special we did
Yes.
together.
Oh, I also got a Glammy award for the best chair sitter from my glam squad because I never move. I'm just really good at getting my hair and makeup done.
Fair enough. He's a total dad. Happy Father's Day, John Legend. We may not have the same political views, but it doesn't mean that we can't get along. That was kind of really unnecessary to say.
Made it up for
But
the
it's true.
Oh my God.
I like John Legend. I just, even, it's okay to disagree with people.
Sometimes stay at
Disagree with
Kelly
me.
Wursler's house. She's a great
Cool.
designer, and she has a Malibu house, and it has a tree like right in the living room, kitchen area. And we were like, we want a
We
tree
want a
inside
tree.
our house too. So this tree actually is an olive tree that used to be alive, for real, but it's not alive now.
Aw.
And so we like literally dug 6 feet deep, put the roots down,
We
put
did.
this tree here, not ourselves.
Yeah, we did it.
And it has silk leaves that don't fall down. They're attached to the tree. And it still looks and feels real, but it's not alive. It was formerly alive. And
We embalmed it.
we embalmed it, basically.
Around it, we have this beautiful...
This is a custom design.
It's smart
kind of
because you don't
gold
have to take
ring
care of
around
it.
the tree.
It's our Christmas tree during Christmas time, so we put the presents.
Because there
underneath
are,
here.
when you
The
have
kids
living
will
stuff, you
cut
have
out little
to
shapes and we'll hang
take
it from
care
the
of it.
leaves.
So this is
and we'll
no
put twinkling
maintenance
lights
for
in
them.
it. around the holidays, and it's just such a centerpiece. Obviously, it just makes us feel more connected
That
to
is
the
smart.
earth, and just to like have it kind of flow from inside to outside is beautiful.
This.
So now we're in the dining
so
room,
warm.
which not really a room. It's just all part of the great room, but this is where we would have formal dining, but we almost never have formal dining.
Never. Actually, my Girl Scouts sit here.
The Girl Scouts sit here.
Girl Scouts.
Chrissy's a Girl Scout troop leader, believe it or not. Yes, she is, and she's so good at it. She's like always coming up with cool ideas for the Girl Scouts and
I think aside from
crafts.
Thanksgiving, the only thing I've done here is have my Girl Scouts gathered around
Yes.
it and making dirt cups.
Yeah, but this table is just beautiful. It's the heaviest table you could possibly imagine. It takes like an army
50
to
men.
move it.
crane.
So we're never gonna move it.
50
after
men?
this.
No.
Like it's just gonna stay here forever.
I wonder if
this
anybody
used to
knows where
actually
that's
be
from.
a full wall with a fireplace.
I killed 50 men.
And we didn't like it. The fireplace felt like a little too fake and cheesy. We decided to make it 2 pillars instead, and we put this beautiful, based on Chrissy's idea, put this beautiful art installation.
I did ketamine, and I basically was like therapeutic ketamine.
Yes.
Like a therapy.
Doctor supervised.
Doctor supervised. And I came home and I was like, wouldn't it be so amazing if we had 2 beautiful butterfly wings that were holding our house up? So this is Jake's interpretation
Yeah.
of the butterfly wings.
They're kind of like butterflies, flowers, but each wing / petal was
Cute.
installed one by one. And
Hand painted each one, like
Yeah.
if you touch them, they move a little bit. I mean, they're so delicate, and somehow they haven't been hurt yet at all.
I think because our kids can't really reach them that well.
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet.
Wow.
This is Luna's bedroom, guys. And how cool is this bedroom?
Wait. Wow. This is a princess paradise, okay? This is a princess paradise. It's like instead of it being a princess castle, what exterior, it's just what you would find inside of a princess castle with the ball pit, with the very pastel colors that, represent, girls, like there's nothing wrong with that. They don't have to have blues and all this other stuff to make it gender fluid, okay? Like, no, you make it where it looks nice. Like everyone has a choice, right? Everyone has a choice, and they chose to choose these colors, these pastel colors, okay? Which, this is very nice. This is very cute. I really, really like this. The idea to come in here and build like a little loft, or especially if they have like their friends come over, which it sounds like that happens very often. This is where the friends could sleep. This is a really big bed for a child. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is a king size bed. This is not even a queen size bed. This is a king size bed. Holy, like that's huge. But yes, they have like the little swings. Like this is precious. This was a very obviously big room, and this is not like the primary bedroom. This is like the size of my room. To me, yeah, this is like the size of my room. Usually it might be a little larger to be honest with you, because it looks like there's more down here, more space. But wow, very nice, very creative. This is I don't see them moving from this house for a very long time.
We just kind of gave Jake some vague notes about how we wanted the kids' rooms to look, and when he came back with drawings of like what they were actually going to look like, I was like, this is beyond anyone's wildest dreams of what their bedroom should look like. She has a slide that she goes both up and down.
Yes, mostly up these days.
Yeah.
Yes.
A little kitchen with her easy bake oven, a little swinging couch. She has a little beautiful nook up here that her and Miles will have little sleepovers in. That's the bed where Manny and Amelia Bedelia book are read.
Yeah, we read a lot of stories over there.
And then we put up all those little, those stars.
Okay, the bed looks smaller. That's not a king size bed. From that wide
One,
angle,
two,
it looked
three.
like a king size bed. Safari
So,
room.
hey guys, this
this
is my
is
room.
cool.
Hey guys, this is my room.
Miles loves cars, if you can't tell.
This is cool.
The centerpiece is, of course, the Jeep bunk bed.
So they
And
have
then
full-size beds, which
Miles
is
has
perfect.
like a cave over here where he can read. And then it has just a whole play area up
Yeah,
here,
this is
too.
cool.
There's a little climbing wall in the corner where he can climb up
This is,
that way
like,
to get up on the
adventurous.
second little story of his nook and his cave. Good storage for all of his dinosaurs. So many dinosaurs.
The only negative,
giraffes.
the only negative about this room is that he's gonna outgrow this. Versus the daughter's room that we had just saw. I feel like you could turn that into a teenage room. All you have to do is remove the slide, replace it with stairs. You could put whatever you want in that loft space, a desk or, whatever. Like, there's a way for that room to not be outgrown, right? All you have to do is remove the ball pit. And I mean, that space, you don't have to do too much. That room is not going to be outgrown. Those pastel colors, those are timeless, because they're pastel, right? So they're not like overwhelming with themed, right? It's not like an overwhelming princess theme. Clearly it's a princess. It's an interior princess bedroom, okay? This safari bedroom, this like adventure where you could walk around and like do all this stuff, this will be outgrown by the time the child is 10 11 years old. Like at that point he'll probably be like into more sports, more video games, and less dinosaurs and safaring. Well, dinosaurs maybe not so much, because who doesn't love a good dinosaur?
I love looking down from the net that's up here. And then you can see the kids when they come up on top here.
Jake did a good job.
Jake did a good job, he said.
He did. This is
I think the headline of this story
it's like a theme
Jake
park,
did a good job.
right? Or no, something you find in a
That
theme
was
park for
so
sure.
sweet.
That's something you find in a theme park.
Okay, so we're in the theater now, and we actually don't watch a lot in here, but the kids do. They watch like Scooby-Doo in here. And then sometimes we'll have like a movie night in here.
Dad, we like
Again, like, I don't know if you guys can see this, but these walls are fabriced. They're not flat, and this is huge when you have like a movie theater, or if you're going to dedicate a room where you want to like watch stuff, you need to have some sort of soundproofing. So you'd have to put some kind of fabric on the wall, right? And they have plenty of soundproofing fabric that you could put on the wall that's essentially like wallpaper. So, always, if you're going to like, do that design, let's say, you got extra space, you want to make it like a theater room, that's how you do it.
a jumpy.
Yeah, it's really easy place to jump and not get hurt. And Miles loves it. Look at him.
What I love about this room is it's plush, it's feminine, it's beautiful.
And it's stylish, too.
It's stylish, it's cool. We like to be in here.
See,
It's just a beautiful,
right there,
beautiful
to
room.
see
We
close,
normally
you
have
can
a
see the
nacho
fabric.
machine here. Can you show them the cheese?
I do have the cheese, actually.
We have cheese. We have
Wow.
We have bags of
manufactured
cheese.
cheese.
So much manufactured cheese.
I would have never
For it. So
guessed
if
that was
you-
behind.
100%
Wow.
organic.
You stick the tube in the cheese bag, pop it in the warmer, hit the button, the cheese comes out. I even bought
Why'd she
actually
do it like
sour
that?
belts, Swedish fish, everything's underneath here. Even
Wow.
though we have all this, our kids are really good about not wanting it.
Not overindulging. Like, they don't
Yeah.
come and ask us for candy all the time. They're good about it.
You guys don't even
And they
look like
eat their
you have
normal meal.
candy. Like all
Miles
that
still
stuff,
doesn't eat vegetables, but we're
marshmallows, that
working
just
on
looks
it.
like it's for show.
One day, buddy.
One day. One day. So now we're in the family room, and this room is where, if we're gonna have a big group over to watch anything
That is
we
a
wanna
huge
watch,
TV.
whether it's like the big game, the big reality show finale.
Just last night we had about 40 people crammed in
The
here
big
on
reality
the couch,
show?
on the floor, pizza all over the table. It makes me so happy
What's
to
the
see
big
everybody
reality
gather
show?
in one space.
We wanted
somebody tell
this
me?
space just to be cozy. You see this massive couch. It like just looks welcoming, and so we just get in here. It's really casual. Everything's low to the ground. and we just hang out in here.
I will
and
say
watch
this
what we're gonna
couch was creamed just a couple months ago, which we loved, but I thought it was a little too clean looking.
Yes.
We wanted to bring a little like funk into the house and a little pattern action and character and fun and anything coming out of this. We've spilled red wine, we've spilled everything.
It's
on
a
it.
very
It
durable
is
fabric.
very durable.
I need to know what
And
that is.
we love the
'cause
pillows. Oh my God, these
I
pillows
feel like
are
it's
so
time to
gorgeous.
throw my
This
couch
print.
out. My couch is
Jake
like 2
picked
years
this
old.
out and showed it to us,
kids,
and we were
you
like,
know,
yes, that's the one. How much
they destroy
Bravo is
stuff.
watched
I'm
in
not
here?
I'm not joking. So if I wake up at 9, I guess 9 to like when I go to bed 10, it's always playing in the background.
It's part of the like tapestry of the home, like the fabric of the home.
Yeah.
It's part of our background.
Yeah.
It's always happening.
Yeah, the kids see it and they hear it and they know that
Mommy's
they
watching
fight.
her Bravo.
Mommy's watching her Bravo, and you shouldn't fight like this. We say this fighting isn't good.
Yes, don't
It's
be
a
like
teaching
them.
tool.
This is the most magical powder room I could imagine.
It's so beautiful.
Okay.
It's so beautiful.
Okay. This is where we have like a different opinion. To me, this is so over the top, it's hideous. Right? For a space for just a toilet and a sink. That's what a powder room is. You know, you can fancy it up, a powder room, water closet, whatever you want to call this space. It is a toilet and a sink. And to have like this, you know, these walls where this is either marble or, you know, a wallpaper that looks like the marble that was used in the sink. For me, this is hideous. I just think it's too much. It's too much that too much of something. Here we go. Too much of something is never good, right? Too much of something is never good. You give me a little bit. Okay? Maybe the back of this could be gold, right? The back of this could be gold. Like just a gold wall. And draw back some of that like stone pattern. Just one small thing could make this like really beautiful, right? Like, because I don't disagree about these patterns. I like these patterns. It's just that because it's so compact, okay? It's so compact, it feels like there was no creative process for this, right? And it's like, it's a toilet and a sink. Like, it doesn't require all of this, right? A toilet and a sink. You leave, let's say you leave two sides of the wall, this, and you leave this in the back of the wall, and, you know, I'm pointing at the mirror, and you make this gold or pink or something else to tone it down. Like a nice pastel pink, you know, very light, almost close to like eggshell white. And it looks completely different. But this is just too much.
It's all the same stone all throughout. So the sink,
So it is
the
stone.
walls, everything.
Everything's stone.
It's just all this beautiful stone. These
The
sconces
stone,
are vintage.
I agree. Beautiful.
And it's a vibe in here. Don't
It
you
is
want to
not.
move into this powder room?
There's no better place to take a shit. It just really isn't.
Yeah.
You know?
This is where the magic
And no
happens.
window.
Okay, now we're in the backyard.
It's not a backyard.
We've got
This is
a
a deck.
pool. We've got Miles. We've got AstroTurf. We got a water slide over there. A little play structure for the kids.
AstroTurf? No one says AstroTurf. Say, we
People
have
that watch
some turf.
people that go out watching football. That was like
Okay,
what they
I
called
guess.
it.
We have turf. It gets really, really hot back here. When the sun is up, I don't even know the upkeep it would take to take grass. Plus, we have so many animals, so it would just be a lot. And we discovered that it's much easier to maintain.
Turf. We have a little garden back here. We have barbecue over there. So if we were having a party, obviously the party flows in and out. So it's in the living room, but it's out here too. When we have big game parties, Super Bowl parties, the water slide is fun. It's a hit with the kids.
I like that water slide playhouse thing.
So this is where we sleep. This is
John
where,
on the couch.
if I'm in trouble, this is where I sleep.
Oh, please. It's such a joke amongst married people, but we have
It's
never
like a
done
sitcom
couch thing.
trope.
If anything, I used to book a room with the Bowery.
Hey, in New York, yes.
Yeah.
I'm booking a room with the Bowery.
I'm like out of here. I don't do the couch. Are you kidding? Not anymore. This is actually my therapy area. So my therapist comes in twice a week, sits on this chair, and I lay here. And it's exactly what you would imagine. I lay here and just
Talk about life.
talk about life.
So this room, like, obviously it's like very warm and earth tony.
It is warm.
And we just want it to feel like super cozy and not too bright, everything muted and chill. This table is actually really cool. We've had this table since our first place we did with AD.
Love that home so much. It
Yes.
was like our little.
It was our little 3-bedroom oasis, and this is one of the only pieces that is still with us from that home.
Love that house. This is our bathroom.
Chrissy likes to do bath time with the kids.
I do bath time with the kids. I don't do solo baths. There is a TV in here, and so if I must.
Did you really do that? Like, they really went over the top and got this like stage for them to come over. They're so celebrity, right? And anyway, look at how this marble, right? The same marble that's in the powder room, right? And then you have this white wall to kind of like cut it off and tone it down. I like this. And as you can see, they have that marble in the shower. And this is so much better than the powder room.
There's a TV everywhere, I'm telling you. If I must, I will sit maybe 5-10 minutes, quick rinse, watch Bravo.
With the flowers.
And me and all the kids will pile in here. They love doing like a family bath with me.
Family bath with
And
flowers.
we sit in here, we do a big bubble bath. How Miles? How much do you love bath? You love
He
bath.
loves bath
so
times
much.
with Mama especially.
He
He's
brings
like,
all of his
why is
cars,
these
what
flowers
else?
in here? What the hell is this?
Yeah.
I'm with you, man.
Into the bathtub.
Our shower's great. Good pressure.
Pressure.
That's all you need.
Yes.
Really, having a great shower is all about pressure. In this
Pressure and
space where we
steam.
are now, there was both a his and hers bathroom and a his and hers closet. We thought that was a little redundant, and so we did really big closet together and then one nice sized bathroom together. We don't need to be separated. It feels very like Victorian or something. Okay, AD, I think we got some TV to watch, a robe to put on. You can go home.
Bye. Sorry.
Take those flowers
Take
out
care.
the tub. I
Love
know you guys
having
got
you.
stuff to do.
Bye.
If you're a curious person like me and you really wanted to know what this place looked like before they, started adding stuff to it, well, I got you covered. But before we get into that, let's just talk about what they purchased the property for. If you don't know and you're not familiar, they purchased this property for a grand total of $17,500,000. If you are also curious about what something like this would basically cost if you were just to buy the land and then build, well, I got you covered there. The land was purchased for a total of $3 million. And this is a 10,000 square foot property. And at 10,000 square feet, you're probably going to spend anywhere between 5 to 7 million to build. So there's your idea of how much you can get and how much you can sell, right? All right, so let's go ahead and look at the property. Wow, I'm actually very, very impressed. Okay, let me stop talking like that. I am actually impressed because typically with these homes in the hills, you have to do like when I say a lot, you have to do a lot of engineering because it's a hill, it's not flat. So you have to grade land, you have to put in caissons to keep the property upright. And as you can see, this space actually doesn't have a whole lot of exposed caissons. Now, there are caissons here, right? Caissons are just big ass beams. That's the best way to put it. Caissons are big ass beams that go into the ground so they can hold the property together in, you know, case of earthquake, or, you know, if the land starts sliding, you know, stuff like that, the property can still remain. So I'm actually impressed by the lot choice, and I guess that makes a lot of sense why the land sold for $3 million, because you didn't need to go extremely hard on the engineering. So yeah, let's check out these pictures. Obviously, there is no slide here, so you know they put in their slide. But yeah, let's check it out, and let's see why they picked this home, which, like I said, it's a modern house, right? And typically these modern type of houses, you know, you would especially in the hills, you know, something like this would be great for a bachelor, or, you know, like some trust fund children, you know, something like that. Not typically a family. So as you can see here, it's very like plain. So the floors were there before they got there. Personally, I like the tone of those floors. They just look marvelous. Now, you see right here, this was there before they put like that little butterfly pink installation. You know, they love their pastel colors. It's like, see this, the way that this was staged, this is like more between both cold and warm, right? This is like, I haven't really seen anything where it's both cold and warm. This is where they put the tree. If you guys remember, this is where they put the tree. So this was the kitchen beforehand. Personally, I like their choice of the stone that they used in the kitchen over this, right? But this is really nice. I like this, but I feel like their choice of stone is more conducive to the warmth versus this. This is something most people won't have a problem with, right? It's not very specific. It's, you know, it's good. You know, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So they changed the range. So this was induction range. So basically, you know, while you're cooking, if you put your hand on it, you won't burn yourself. So, you know, that was cool for them to put. That's a quality finish right there. I like this cabinetry too, but it doesn't match this, which it would have been nice if they would have just decided to make sure that this matched, because that would have created more warmth to the counters. But I do like this. I like this extra counter that they ended up getting rid of. I will also note, as you've seen with their stone, they went for these round edges, and that's typically because they have children. So it's more of a choice, you know, so they don't like hurt themselves with these like sharper type of edges. So I get that. Personally, I don't like the way the round looks, but I understand it from a practical standpoint. But yeah, and you see they changed the hood, and you know, make sure the hood was good, right? Wow. So they got rid of this. This was book matched. To me, I like this, right? I like this. Again, I feel like they could have just kept the wood theme the same with the cabinetry to, you know, balance out the cold with the warm. But this was beautiful, and they got rid of this. All right, so this is that area where they have the big ass TV, and they changed this, but this again, there's a balance here where it was still cold and it's still warm. So the stager the stager for this, honestly, they did a really like good job because it's usually one or the other. Usually just go cold and like super, like basic, right? Or not basic, but like super straight, like clean, and that so clean that it feels cold, versus warm where it can be like a tone that feels like vibrant and funky, right? And they did a good job of bringing both together to where it's like anybody could see themselves living here. So this was like an office area. I don't know which room this was, but so this is, so they brought in that stone themselves. This is what it should have looked like. Why? You have, like I said, you balance it out. You don't put the same thing everywhere. Like you see how this counter, the kitchen counter, is different than the wall. And then you see how this wall is white and the one in the back is also white. It's balanced. It counters each other. And then you have the wood floor. This feels appropriate. Now, while I do like their choice of a stone over this marble, I think this looks better in terms of balance. So this is just a bedroom. We don't know if that's a primary or not. Okay. I can't believe I just said that. This is the primary. Now this primary, this feels really cold, right? Especially compared to what they've done. They did a really great job of making it warm, right? This is cold. I don't think that there was anything the stager could have done to make this feel any less cold. But it's not ugly. It's nice, right? I like the choice of going with some blues here, to kind of balance out the grays, but you still got to have the grays because it will throw off everything. And I understand the choices that the stager made. But yeah, this room was cold and they made it warm. Did we see I think the fire pit was still there. I don't remember it because they did a good job of either not showing it or hiding it, or they got rid of it altogether. This little, because this is electric. This isn't like a real fireplace or anything. And here we go. This was the primary. Now, I like their tub choice better than this, but as I mentioned before, my personal preference is a large tub, more conducive to like a hot tub or jacuzzi, like a mini hot tub or mini jacuzzi, right? Something like that where both I and my wife, we could like sit in there and enjoy, right? I feel like that's better than having like this tub where this is clearly intended for one person, right? One person, and maybe family time bath with the children. But this is a very cold bathroom. This is very, very cold. It's nice. Cold doesn't mean it's bad. Cold just means it's very sleek. This is conducive to modernism, right? It's very sleek, minimalist. It's beautiful, right? It's beautiful, but yeah, it's cold. And then you have the masculine. So this was his, right? It's very masculine, right? It's very masculine with this dark gray. And then there was just a shower. Okay, so that makes sense. So they got rid of that and basically expanded the shower. Interesting. This is another room. So these rooms were super basic. Wow. Here's what I will say. For me, this theater, I like this theater better than theirs. Okay, even though I like their choice of, you know, what they did, especially with with the seating and, you know, stuff like that. This to me is much better. This feels like I escaped the house. Like I got out and we're on date night or family night at the movie theater. This is what this feels like. This is what essentially I would like, right? And then you have the soundproof fabric and everything. This is good, like for me, right? They like pastel colors. Clearly they love pastel. So I understand why they went with the pastel wall fabrics for the sound, and you know, I understand it. I understand why they changed the floors. Like I understand all of that. I'm just saying, for me, this is better. So I'm curious, where was the bar and all that stuff set up beforehand? I assume it's somewhere outside the door, and yeah, has to be, which we don't get a chance to see. And this was like the bar game area. So, you know, there's stuff that we're not going to get a chance to see. This is the pool house, and, you know, that they don't show when they do the tours. Wow. So this was the fireplace that they were talking about that they said was like cheesy. I wouldn't have called it cheesy, but it's, again, this was better to me than having those two pillars. Now, if these are wall bearing, then you have to leave something there. So I understand like the two pillars, but if it wasn't wall bearing, I feel like it was just best to just get rid of the thing altogether. But maybe it was necessary to keep this floor together, right? That's what I mean by wall bearing. It like you need this for the floor, like it's holding up part of the structure. So if it wasn't, I would have just got rid of this altogether. Like there's no need for the unnecessary pillars. But I'm going to go on a limb and say it's definitely wall bearing. So they had to leave something there. But yeah, I like this. Personally, I like this because it's see-through, right? Like it's see-through. I like it, but I understand why they went with the choice that they did. And then you got Hill, the rest, you know, your neighbors and stuff like that. That's kind of like where they're nestled in with their view. So these are just night shots. So, all right. So that's it. That's the video. That's my opinion. We're not going to talk a whole lot here. Again, happy Father's Day to everybody. It's so strange because I always have like this long, not bloviated, but I always have like this long opinion where I sum things up and give my final thoughts. But to be honest, I realized that I gave my final thoughts when looking at the photos. So I guess all that's left to do is get to our favorite part. Okay, you know what? I have a couple things that I'll say. I really love that they went in there and added their touch, even though they just bought a brand new home. When they bought this home, it was brand new. Okay, bought the home brand new and went in there and still added their own flavor and touches. I mean, to get rid of like to change a full on change. I understand the children's rooms, right? But to full on change, okay, the kitchen and the primary bathroom, that's the characteristic of people who have intentions on being there for a very, very, very long time. So totally understand it, right? They're in a good school district. Like they have a reason not to leave. So totally understand why they decided to just go on and, you know, make it their own. Gave the children's rooms these huge, amazing theme rooms. So yeah, totally did their thing. They love their pastel colors. Not really, like I said, what I wasn't a huge fan of was basically that powder room choice. But other than that, I totally understand. I totally like the house. I like, obviously, the house the way it looked before. I like the house the way it looks now. So you guys did a great job. Yeah, that's all I have to say about it. Now let's move on to our favorite part, or at least my favorite part, which is you. in myself. So today's message is going to come from an actual celebrity, because as we all know, I am not. But I was honestly listening to a podcast, and Will Smith. I don't know if you have him on your council list, or if you're like me and you're like, hey, you know what? We're all human. We all make mistakes that, if we could go back and change, we would, right? So no matter what scale you're on, I feel like these words are just that powerful. So I want to share them with you because, every time I listen to this bit, I just get pumped.
People don't really realize what it takes to win. There's a great quote. Don Simpson, who was one of the original producers of the first Bad Boys. I said, it's good. It's at about 90%. And he said the great thing about being at 90% is at least you're halfway there. And that has turned out to be so true. The difference between 90% and 100% is lifetimes of difference. The difference between a good player and a great player is light years. The difference between good and great, it is underestimated by most humans. It's like, if you want to be good, you can be talented and be good. You can wake up and be good, but if you good and you just wake up and be good, you're not gonna beat me. You're never gonna beat me if you're not if you're not doing 70-hour weeks on your craft, right? And it's like, that is such a hard thing to communicate to people, and it's even more difficult when people are talented. It's not easy, but it is really simple to change your life. It's so simple. People don't realize that one bad night fucks up 10. You can't get drunk and fucking not work out on Saturday. You mess up 10 days. Like, somebody else is getting past you in that time. It's like the level of sharpness and discipline that it takes to get to the heights that you dream of is really simple. It's just not easy.
So look, honestly, I don't know if that did for you what it did for me, but hearing and feeling that if you just do good, wake up and do good, you're not gonna beat me. You're not gonna beat me. That took me to like, man, you know what? I'm over here worried about being 90% this close to being great, that it's only halfway there. And I'm like, shit, I'm putting in work and doing everything I can to hold it together, even with like, for example, this channel, which is, one of the reasons why it's like, man, you know what? I'm not doing shit. There's no reason for me to be sitting here uploading, 1 or 2 videos a day, and I'm trying to actually provide, entertainment, also learn about different stuff, different things that, I don't know, because information is part of, the business that I'm in, whether I'm just trying to sell a house or develop a house. Or the more knowledgeable I am, just the better off that I'm going to be. And it translates not only to my actual life, but here on YouTube as well. And all I can do is get better. And then you know, that one night fucks up 10 days. That one night that fucks up 10 days is like, shit, you can't bullshit one day, right? Because that time that you take to bullshit in one day is fucking up 10 days. And that's a lot of fucking time. I know I'm sitting here using more profanity than usual, okay? But it's true. That's a lot of time. A lot of time. 10 days? 10 days? You can't get 10 days back. You're sitting there trying to make up for one day over the course of 10 days, right? That's too much. That's too much when you could just lock in today. So yeah, that really sent me, and I really wanted to share that with you guys. And I know it's kind of on the board of extreme, but it's the truth. And there's a reason why he's one of the highest grossing box office movie stars in terms of all his movies, like 100 millions, right? But he's billions of dollars in box office sales. This guy, okay, you guys can't see him anymore because it's not on the screen, but Will Smith, okay? So yeah, I'm just pumped up. I'm actually really like sad that today I have to take a day off because it's frowned upon for me to make contact with people and like do all of this stuff because it's a holiday. But it's Father's Day, and you know, us fathers, we're, you know, like our minds are wired a lot different. That yes, we do like being appreciated, but we want to make sure we show the people in our lives we're appreciated more than wanting them to appreciate us. That's just the way we're wired. So yeah, man, I want Monday to come here because I'm not trying to fuck off 10 days. That's the mindset. Every single day, I need to put that on the board. Every single day, you gotta have this mindset. I'm not gonna fuck up 10 days. Like, I'm not gonna screw off 10 days for this one day to just like do nothing. I'm not gonna do that. That's a lot of time. And no, it's not literal, but you gotta have the mentality that it is literal, because who knows, it actually might be more than 10 days that you're screwing up by not locking in today. Because I'll give you an example and then I'll let you guys go. A call that I make today or a contact that I make with someone today, right? I could get a listing, right? I could make a phone call to make an appointment or meet with someone to make an appointment to get a listing or something like that, right? Well, let's just focus on listings. But if I don't make the call today and someone else, you know, why, you know, like he mentioned, while you're doing this, while you're fucking up, somebody's getting past you. I didn't make the call today. Someone else made the call today, made the appointment. I make the call tomorrow, and next thing you know, the opportunity to meet with these people is gone. So now I don't have an opportunity to get the listing. But this other person who made the call, because I decided to just take the day off, they made the call and got the appointment and got the listing. And now I don't have that same opportunity anymore. Now I gotta look for another opportunity, and I gotta spend tens of days trying to find my next opportunity when I could have just made the call today. I could have made the call today and got the appointment and got myself the listing. So that's what that means, right? That for me, it's literal. For me, it's literal. For everybody, it's not going to be literal. For me, it's literal. If I screw up one day, just one, that's days on days that could be screwed up. Now, I could get lucky, right? I make the phone call tomorrow and they're still willing to meet with me, But now I have this extra competition that I didn't have before if I would have just made the call, met with them, and closed the deal immediately, right? Now they have something to think about. Or I could get lucky, right? Even though I didn't get that listing, I made another call and I have another listing appointment to go on in like the next day or two. But if anyone knows anything about real estate, right, in this industry, it doesn't work that way. Like, you have only so many opportunities. Opportunities are finite. So you can't just go blowing it, knowing you know that these people are going to sell. They want to sell. They've made it clear to you. You've had a conversation about it. And all you had to do was make the phone call to book the appointment. And instead you took the day off. You took the day off. Somebody else didn't. Somebody got past you, booked the appointment, and now you lose. So I'm not with that. So for me, I need to start my day off with this message, which is why I'm glad I cut it out. Right? I'm glad I cut it out. I cut it up for you guys. But I'm gonna listen to this. This is like how I need to start my morning when I'm sitting there drinking my coffee. Because after I drink my coffee, I've already went to the gym. I've done that. When I go to the gym, I don't focus on anything but just working out. But when I get home, like I need a power up. I need like that thing that gets my energy and my pulse beating. Like, I don't know if you guys can hear it now, but my pulse is beating. Okay, and I'm so upset that it's a holiday and people don't appreciate it when you call them on holidays, or when you like, even if I know them, they're not going to want to talk about, business. So I have to chill out, take the day off. But just know I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.